Now, there is a lot to cover when it comes to Jesse King, and I'm pretty sure I won't have got it all, but I hope to provide you with enough information to make a judgment yourself on who this man is. Now, of course, this is the YouTube part of the video where I tell you guys to like this video to push it out so more people are aware of him. Now, it's one thing to mention as well that most things that Jesse says is extremely triggering. Now, I'm going to do my best to edit all the F-bombs that Jesse King throws around, but of course, subject choices such as infant loss, things like that, could be extremely triggering. So bear that in mind as we move forward. Now, if you go to Jesse's website, he describes himself in the following way. He offers a range of services to clients interested in the spiritual realm or requiring help with paranormal issue. At the Paranormal Emporium, we have been investigating paranormal activity for over a quarter of a century. We have been lucky enough to witness some amazing things through our work and possess the skills, knowledge and experience to ensure that our clients are secure and confident when involved in any paranormal situation. Our team is led by Professor Jesse King, a renowned and gifted psychic medium, having studied a broad range of aspects of the paranormal, an expert in most paranormal fields, and the only psychic who has a PhD in parapsychology, the study of the paranormal world. Now let's look at that immediately. What a claim. Now, it's not very difficult to just Google where you can study this course, and you'll see lots and lots of different options. I mean, obviously I'm in the northeast, so it's recommending Teesside University. One you can complete within 14 months. Now, obviously, we've got a diploma course here. Most of these, I mean, some of them are with accredited universities, but a lot of them are expecting you to pay monthly, study online. I mean, there's the University of Edinburgh. So you're telling me the University of Edinburgh is covering this course, but yet nobody has ever got a doctorate in it? Now, you can definitely get a doctorate in that qualification. However, to claim that you're the only person with one is ridiculous. The only reason that you are saying that is very simple. It's because you want people to come to you and spend their money and not go to somebody else, making yourself up on some sort of pedestal. I'm going to show you an excerpt from a podcast now that was filmed over 2 years ago, sort of going into exactly what I'm saying there, about discrediting other people so he can cash in, saying that when he arrived on TikTok, he noticed that everybody was basically a fraud, and he knew he wasn't. Let's listen.
Crazy, like I can't seem to do any wrong on TikTok. Once you learn the science of it, it works massively in your favour. But I mean, I use TikTok because I think we touched on the fact that the paranormal community at the moment is just toxic, isn't it? It's just a load of bollocks. People just have a go psychics, as I call them, you know, just pretending to know what they're talking about. And if you don't say the same as them, they're like a bloody lynch mob and getting, you know, dickheads pretending, and it's just like, what's going on?
Of course, that has led to other people speaking about Jesse King, other people from the psychic community. This is Adam Oakley speaking. Now, I've not seen this clip. I will put the full reaction up on my Patreon. If you're watching this in the deep dive, this will be a few highlights from what was said.
People that are really vulnerable are going to believe that.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting that he's doing this and that he's allowed to do this and getting away with it.
Kind of see some of the messages when they pop up at the top saying, I've been affected by this man, he's done this to me, he's done that to me. So there's so many more people out there, but I think people are just scared to come forward. They maybe feel silly, they maybe, you know, and that's part of the reason that he targets the people that he targets. And that's, you know, but Vanessa, please.
Yeah, in this deep dive, we are going to mention some of these people who have been targeted by Jesse and scammed by Jesse, and they do strike you as being on the vulnerable side in the most polite way possible.
So sorry for the person that's actually with him.
Yeah.
Because she's clearly in a vulnerable state to be lured in a massive black hole to not be able to get out of it because of he's playing victim, making himself look like, oh, I'm sweet and innocent.
Or the partner, who I don't think's a partner anymore, was completely complicit in what he was doing.
Clearly hates women. He's got something against
I
women.
very much get that impression. And that, I don't know if that's something he's got going on in his past or all that. But, you know, I do very much get...
I've never even heard of the guy.
To be doing this, really, from what I can see, I found some earlier lives of him on Facebook, where he's doing tarot card readings about 2017.
I've got some of those, and we will have a look at them soon.
18. But he claims to have done all this stuff and been doing it for 25 years, but he's 28 years old. So, yeah, it's odd.
The math's not mathing at all.
Very odd.
He's a very odd guy.
How does spirits exist at the same time as reincarnation?
Sorry, what now, Jesse? Reincarnation. Reincarnation. Do you know what I love about you more than anything, Jesse? Genuinely love about you is your absolute willingness and commitment to making yourself look like a complete dick in order to make yourself seem like an expert in something. I'm going to go now read some books on reincarnation or the Akashic records. Might give that a go and all.
Is a certain well-known psychic medium here on TikTok a scammer? Hi there. So I am referring to someone that I will not name, and I am telling you what my guides have said. And this doesn't give me pleasure. I believe them. They saved my little boy 20 minutes from death, and they saved my 19-year-old daughter from a cardiac arrest last year. So the person I'm talking to about has got loads of flack for scamming people. That is not something I'm entering into. I am told by my guides this person is a talented medium. This person is a psychic. That doesn't mean his ethics and his methods are acceptable. I am a genuine psychic, and I can prove there's always going to be people that think what we do is unethical, and I'm never going to be able to prove that to you, nor do I have any wish to. And I'm not naming this person because I'm not interested in persecuting anyone. The ethics are very questionable. The way this person speaks to the general public and people that are grieving with no care about their well-being or what effect that might have on their self-worth, I think is disgusting. But he is a talented medium and a psychic, is what I'm told. Also, I am psychic medium Sheila Maria. I've been a trance medium and an evidential medium for 18 years.
So as you see, not a lot of people do like Jesse King within the psychic community. And that lady mentioned how vile he can be speaking to the general public. I'm going to show you some very quick clips now of instances like that, and we're going to talk about some of them as well and expand on them. Buckle in.
Cowboy, well, I'll put a cowboy hat on and I feel empowered. I feel my inner masculinity coming out at this moment in time. I'll tell you who I am when I'm 18 in wait, 1 year and 6 months, okay? All right. Definitely fucking... What do you think they're doing, including it in the script? No, absolutely not. Social media. So people just started making up bullshit that just doesn't make sense. That's now irrelevant because he is only good for the biology. Something lying about it for attention, I just think you're lacking as a person. That's fair enough. Go and find something elsewhere. All right, but there's one thing that making shit.
Now, of course, lives like that lead into Jesse saying things like this. Now, read the caption. Jesse saying babies don't enter the afterlife because no one's dead nan wants to look after a baby because her daughter couldn't keep her legs closed.
Your nan's carrying a baby, darling. Like, who sat there, lived 80 fucking years, battled cancer, for example, for the last 5-10 years of their sat there and thought, oh, thank fuck Christ, I'm dead. I'm free from all the restraints of life. I've got no pressure, no fuck worry about. Oh, babysitting because my fucking daughter can't keep her legs closed, right?
And I personally find that everything that he says around children, pregnancies, loss of children is just appalling. I mean, listen to this.
Book a reading. I lost my 3-year-old in April. I won't be able to talk to your 3-year-old, darling. And that's listen, that's not my limitations. That's not anything else. Please do not believe that any psychic can talk to your 3-year-old. And it's not a bad thing because children, their energies aren't charged in any way, shape or form. So your 3-year-old daughter will go back to the only energy that she knows, and that's your energy, your mother.
What happened to immediately saying, I'm sorry for your loss, before then completely ruining the woman's hopes at anything?
There's energy. So she will return to you essentially like you're spiritually pregnant until you have another child where you make her another body. It'll be the same soul, different body. What if you have equal 50-50? Really, that's amazing. Thank you. You are more than welcome, darling. But I will just warn you that there are a lot of psychics out there that will say, your 3-year-old's coming in.
And again, slamming other psychics because he wants you to believe he's the best.
She like Peppa Pig. Fuck, listen to them because I think that's absolutely disgusting. All right? Your 3-year-old is with the only person she knows, and that's you.
Encountering, not I'm having full-on conversations with them, but I'm encountering them. Some of them are memorable, others not so much. Let me put it that way. There is nothing more draining than a reading with a fucking boring client and a boring spirit. You're just sitting there and think, oh my God, why did you book an extended reading? This is going to be a painful half an hour for the both of us. Is my nana here? Well, I'm not there, Deirdre, so how the fuck am I meant to know? My mother...
So, unsurprisingly, there are a lot of people who have complaints about Jesse King's service. This is one of the ladies we're going to watch, but there are quite a few others. Let's have a look and see what they've got to say.
Hello everyone, I've come on TikTok today because I feel very strongly about somebody who is purporting to be a psychic medium on TikTok. He has got hundreds of thousands of followers and he's called Psychic Medium Jesse King. I came across him on TikTok and I booked the reading because we lost a very special family member 18 months ago now, and we wanted to get a message from him. I booked it for my daughter's birthday and it cost me £64, I think it was, for 15 minutes.
Wow.
Today we gathered round waiting to speak to Jesse. We sent the WhatsApp message to him as arranged and we heard nothing back from him. I messaged him again, say, Jesse, are you there? We're still waiting. Absolutely nothing. After about 10 minutes, I found his page on Facebook and I sent him a message to say, why have you scammed us like this, Jesse? He then sent a laughing face and said he was running behind with childcare, but now we weren't going to get a reading anyway. It's clear to me that Jesse never intended to give us a reading. He's just taken our money like so many other people's money that he's taken. If you look on Trustpilot, you'll see all the negative reviews.
We definitely will. Now you can see the messages that have been sent there before. Jesse says there, actually, Jesse was running slightly behind due to childcare. We were about to message you, but clearly we won't be going ahead with the reading. And then you can see, obviously, the lady has not been happy with the fact that he's done this. This will be a constant theme when it comes to the scamming of Jesse King, not turning up for appointments and keeping people's money. Now let's go on to the next person speaking out. Now this one's interesting because it seems like it's Jesse actually talking to somebody who has an issue with him face to face.
I've seen the post that you put about me on that trampy little group, which is really disappointed in it, to be honest with you. But
disappointed in criticism. Shock.
It's no skin off my nose. So what's going to happen?
If it's no skin off your nose, why are you doing all of this? I hate when people go like that. I'm not bothered, but I'll talk about it.
Kirsty, is I'll refund your tickets.
Can I just speak a second though? Can I ask you like why you're disappointed in like what I seem to have found out? Because like so many people are saying it and it just feels like something's wrong, and that is what is the gut feeling. So if you want to give me
Kirsty,
a
it's not that I'm
refund,
going to get into it with you, my lovely, but it's 0.1% of people are saying it out of a 700,000 people client base. So it's.
How do you define your client base, Jesse? Is it emails that you've collected, like people's email addresses, so you can send out spam invites to things like that? Like, that is a massive number and a massive claim. Can we see anything to back that up? I very much doubt it.
It's not really my skin off my nose. Most of those people on that group
stop talking about it then.
Do not know me in a professional capacity whatsoever. None of them have had readings with me. None of them know me personally. They just jump on the bandwagon of hate, and that is not a environment.
People don't just start hating or disliking people for no reason, usually, especially with things like this.
That I want to be part of. So that's why I don't engage in it. That's why I don't want it in my group either, because it's full of dirty, negative, trampy people that can crack on with their own
why are they
life.
dirty and negative? Maybe they've had negative experiences.
I'll have no part of that in my life, and I'm not going to get into a debate about it.
And
So
I'm
this is
not
how this
getting
is
into
going to
a
go.
debate. I just don't think it's right.
Why have you got the lady there then?
To call people dirty
if you
and
could send your
trampy.
details over to my Instagram, I'll refund your money for the 2 tickets. What's your username on Discord?
I've come off Discord because of the way you spoke to me the other day. I wasn't very happy with it. I said you're being slated because I was looking into it, and you said don't fucking mention it in it, and I was just trying to actually talk to you. So then I started looking into stuff, and I got really upset actually, and I just felt that you didn't really care about the feelings of others at that point.
I don't really care about being slated, especially by the likes of people like that, or by people who call me a narcissist on a Facebook group either, because it's just
weird that somebody would call you a narcissist. The lady just said, "Could I speak?" and you said no and smirked. Right at the start of this, guys, rewind it back if you didn't catch it.
So petty. But I believe your TikTok name's Peace Over Drama, which is
yeah. And there's no,
ironic,
I'm not causing any drama. There's no drama of me causing. I'm not out there on like everywhere shouting about you. I just put something up because I feel upset about stuff, and I've got every right to have feelings. As have you.
Did you message me personally?
When? No, I tried to speak to you on Discord and you shut me down.
Because I don't want that kind of thing on my public group of people. It's that I don't give that.
So you don't want the attention being drawn to the fact there are negative opinions about yourself.
Energy. Kirsty, you've got my mobile number, you've got my personal Facebook, you've got various ways of contacting me directly. I just don't believe that you wanted an avenue to chat with me, because you would have done that. However, it's no skin off my nose. I'm really not bothered by it. I'm just really disappointed because I thought you was actually a class person that I was looking for.
I still am. I'm a really good person, and there's no way that you can call me anything but. You can't call me out because you think I'm a nasty person. I'm not a nasty person.
I'm judging by the way you treated me, Kirsty, which I think is nasty. But either way, crack on with your day.
If that's how you feel.
Give me your details.
I'm nasty, considering I've like literally been booking with you for a very long time, and then like I have had people speaking to me about things that have been going on and things that like I don't agree with, and I've got every right to disagree with how and have feelings too, as of you, which is totally
You have them feelings, but when they're about me and you don't approach them with me, that's not having feelings about something. That's just causing drama. However, this is how it's going to go. Kirsty, I'm really not interested in this discussion.
Right.
And that's that. He's not interested in a lot of discussions when it involves any sort of criticism. I was scrolling through videos on Jessie King Exposed, and I saw this in the comments. A lady there saying, "You have a doctorate in BS. By the way, where's my refund of £70 from 18 months ago?" So I clicked on that profile and came across the following video.
I messaged you on normal not on Facebook Messenger, on for I'm so desperate I was so desperate. I just, so it's my fault, and I'm so sorry. I'm not even, I'm sorry. It's my fault. As I kept reading it and reading it, I was so eager that I messaged you on the WhatsApp number, but I messaged you on normal phone. I'm so sorry. I'm assuming I have to rebook it. Can you just let me know, please? Thank you.
Videos like that truly break my heart. You can hear the pain in that lady's voice. Clearly somebody who's going through the grieving process, who is putting the blame upon herself. It's absolutely heartbreaking. I'm going to put up on the screen some emails that the lady also has provided to do with this. And then we are going to look at a news article featuring Jesse King. It's not surprising that he would make the papers with his sort of business ethics. So I'll read over the news article, but like I say, the links for things will be posted in the description box below. Now, it said, scrolling through TikTok, Michelle Holland paused on a video posted by self-professed psychic medium and watched as he discussed what happens to a person's spirit when they die. With more than 600,000 followers, a commanding screen presence, and a profile boasting 30 years of supernatural experience, UK-based Jesse Hawkins, aka the Paranormal Emporium, who also goes by the name Jesse King, appeared to be the real deal. Now, this is Michelle Holland with daughter Bethany, who is struggling after losing her long-term partner to suicide. Now, Hawkins' musings on the afterlife made Michelle think of her daughter Bethany, who was struggling with that loss. Navigating her grief while single-handedly raising their sons, aged 11 and 12, had left the 32 emotionally exhausted. Beth was having a particularly bad day and had rung me on the morning last November crying about Nathan. I was so distraught for her, Michelle recalls. Later that day I went on TikTok and a video from Hawkins popped up. He said he had a PhD in parapsychology, the study of psychic phenomena, and it had been a medium for 30 years. Michelle booked an appointment for her daughter in 6 weeks' time, paying for £65 through PayPal. She recalls that it gave Beth a real boost. She told her boys she was hoping to receive a message from their dad in heaven. The time came and the scheduled FaceTime call, but Hawkins was a no-show, and then Bethany later discovered that he had blocked her on social media. I was absolutely furious. My daughter was devastated, Michelle said. It was so traumatic for her. Beth had been having such a difficult time and had been looking forward to this appointment for 6 weeks. Instead, she was left disappointed and even more upset than we'd booked the reading. It was awful. Nobody is more vulnerable than when they are grieving. So, of course, all this sort of criticism didn't stop Jesse King from monopolising on a serious crime involving a missing person, which, to be fair, so many psychics do. But listen how ridiculous this is.
A few days ago, I was on an Instagram live where I was messing around with my crystal ball and I said, I can see someone going missing and it's going to be in water.
I was just messing around with this Boba Fett phone stand, and you know what? I was thinking that tomorrow somebody might have a car crash. I just don't get it. These people are beyond it.
This is the exact same crystal ball that I predicted the London Bridge terror attacks in and met my best friend today, who was a police officer who dealt with that attack.
I cannot.
A few days after I was on my Instagram live saying I see someone missing in water.
She went missing next to a river.
This happens. There's one thing I want you to be careful of, guys and girls. Psychics are not all-knowing. We are not gods. I know that there are a lot of psychics out there at the moment.
This guy is absolutely unbelievably narcissistic. It's unbelievable.
Saying that they can just feel things happening or know that's going to happen. That's not how the psyche.
You should have seen this deep dive coming. Now, some of you might be wondering, who is this? Is it Christopher Walken? No. Is it Voldemort from Harry Potter? No. This is somebody called Delusive Angie on TikTok, who is well known for doing debate lives. And when I say debate, I use the word very, very loosely, because it's mainly just a bunch of people screaming and shouting and arguing over sometimes just absolutely nothing. All rage bait material from TikTok. Now, in some crazy parallel universe that we're all part of, Jesse King actually made an appearance recently. Now, this is the first time I've seen him actually being alive with other people for a long time, so we're going to look at some of this now to finish this video. Now, I have done videos on this one as well, so make sure to check that out on the channel.
Hello.
Is this working? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I've never done this way round before. How can I help?
Well, we're talking about your video. I mean, I don't even know who you are, but people are saying, well, some people are saying that a medium such as yourself do target the vulnerable people. And it's a bit of a scam and you're a fake. And listen, I think it's all fake, but that's my...
I agree. I mean, I am the fact freak. I need solid evidence for things, you know.
Well, to be fair, I actually prefer that you do think it's all fake, because the people within the community always seem to be the ones that are a little bit more prejudiced to other people in the community than they are as if you don't believe at all.
And that's a smart answer to give a skeptic.
But
a skeptic? Septic? One's an infection.
To be fair, I was a little bit surprised. I woke up this morning. I haven't slept last night. I woke up this morning to a message from you. I'm like, who the hell is this? What's going on here? But I jumped in. I thought I'd have a little chat with you and see what's going on. I've seen some of your comments here, and to be fair, the things like this I always find a bit witch hunty. You know, I feel like...
And I get what you're saying, but that's why...
Says the guy who makes constant video putting other people down within his own community. Like, what are you talking about?
Thought you know, if you want to come in, because it will also, in another way, maybe promote, if that's what you need. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what you want from me. Like, if this is, like, if you want to ask me questions, if you want me to explain myself, like, I'm not entirely sure what you want from me. But, I mean, I'm just a bit perplexed, a bit confused what's going on. I thought I'd check it out.
Can I ask you a question then? Do you feel that, I'm not going to talk about everyone, but yourself, do you feel you target the vulnerable people?
To be fair, my life purpose is to help vulnerable people. You know, it's with the...
Guy's smart with these responses.
The life of TikTok, you always get called a scam or he's a fake, and people come up to their...
We've seen evidence that you are.
Own conclusions and assumptions of you in that sense. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's just part of the people projecting their unhealthy, whatever you call it, on people that they don't know, you know, in that sense. But do I target them?
Is it, or is it people talking about what you've factually done, like not turn up for readings and take people's money or make horrible comments about people?
Absolutely not. I don't actively pursue anyone in any way, shape or form. I have a gift, whether you believe or not. I have a gift. People come to me. They choose to come to me, should they want to come to me. If they want to come to me, they absolutely can. If they don't, that's absolutely...
Can I just interrupt you there a second?
You're going to anyway. When people do that, they are going to interrupt you.
You're okay with this, by the way, because it was discussed on another platform yourself.
Yeah,
that's why I
this
put
is
it on my
where
platform. So I want to clear things up, and I want you to be able to clear things up as well.
I want you to clear up your statement about autism people that pick up crayons. I just want your explanation on that.
I can't remember the statement in itself, but I think there's one thing that I need to make abundantly clear, that my brother is highly, highly autistic. My mother is highly...
Can I just point out that just because you have a member of family that's autistic doesn't mean that you can't be prejudiced or speak in a prejudiced way about people with autism. It's like people who say, I can't be racist because I've got a black uncle. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Highly autistic.
That doesn't excuse it, though, does it? So
hang on a second. If you wait, if you ask a question, you'll listen to the answer, because that's how people communicate.
Yeah, let him reply.
God, he is patronising.
So what's going on? My mother is autistic. My brother is autistic. There's autism in my family. I think everyone... has a different way of how they cope with it and they deal with it. My family grew up joking about everything that, you know, anything traumatic that comes into your...
Well, that is true. A lot of people do deal with trauma through turning it into humour and owning it for themselves. That's true.
Your life, we laugh about it. We don't sit there.
But when you're on a big platform, you've got to think about how your voice affects people who are watching.
In no way, shape or form would I ever target an autistic person in any way, shape or form. It would be fucking hard for me to do so. I grew up, my childhood was growing up looking after my blind autistic brother. From a young age, I was putting toothpaste on his toothbrush so he could brush his teeth. From a young age, I was cutting his hair and making sure that it was okay and guiding him through the street while he was being pulled off.
To be fair, he wouldn't have known, would he? He can't, you know. Am I going to hell? Maybe, but like he wouldn't know if it was a good haircut, would he?
Of derogative terms. So I don't think you can come at me about autism. People handle things in very, very different ways. Very, very different ways. You know, you might want to sit there and mollycoddle people. You might want to sit there and wrap them up in cotton wool. I sit there and I joke about things because that's how I deal with things.
Can I just quickly ask you before I forget, how much do you charge for a reading?
I offer many, many different types of readings. It
Deflection?
varies everything from £30 all the way up to £250, depending on what...
What's the most common cost?
Kind of reading you have with me.
Yeah. Do you do it live or do you do it away from live, like off TikTok?
I don't do it on TikTok live, no. I do it on a one-to-one basis.
Right, Angie, I'm just going to drop. I just wanted to ask him that's all.
Oh, okay. Hi, Linz.
Hi, Jessie, can you not just do like a reading on Ange now, like a brief one, just to prove everyone wrong?
He's already said it. Linz, he doesn't like people asking that question.
Most psychics don't, because then they'd have to actually prove their skills.
Can you do a reading on Angie just this minute, just to prove everyone wrong?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, my lovely. I didn't hear what you just said.
I'm saying, can you just do a quick reading on Angie just to prove everybody wrong?
The vibe of this live, first and foremost, no, she's a non-believer. I wouldn't want to get involved in that anyway. Second...
So you will only do a reading for somebody who's going to buy your BS, and you know they will from the start. That's interesting.
I'm definitely not a performing monkey, and I find that sort of, you know, perform for me is definitely, you know, whatever in that sense of the word. But no, absolutely not. I'm not going to do it.
I don't, I understand that argument, but what I don't understand is how most psychics are missing a golden opportunity there, because if you're in a live like this and somebody said, well, I don't believe your skills, you show me them now, and you did, and you blew everyone away, that clip's going to go viral. It's going to generate so much traffic towards your business, because let's face it, it is a business. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why you wouldn't jump at the opportunity. I understand that you shouldn't be doing it all the time or whatever, but Angie normally gets thousands of people viewing her lives. This is a perfect opportunity to monetize.
But I'm a believer you do a reading on...
Maybe it's because you can't.
Can I ask you a question then, Jessie? Did you study to become a medium?
No, you don't study to become a medium. I'll tell you my backstory if anyone...
I thought he had a PhD.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But to be fair, I'm not entirely sure your comment section is interesting. I think they're here to try and tear me apart. But
well, listen, what I can do is turn them off if you prefer.
No, I don't care. I don't absolutely care. I'm very, very fixed.
I mean, yeah.
But I don't think anyone's going to sit here and go, oh, do you know what? This guy's actually got a point. I think they're here to try and tear me apart, which is fine.
Well, no, Jessie, listen, I swear to you, you'll be surprised how many followers you get after this live.
Jessie, can I just quickly ask you something? If it is like, I don't mind paying you money and doing a reading privately, and then I can make my own decision, unbiased.
Website's on the profile. I'm not going to dry anyone to book. Website's on my profile. Go over and get yourself booked in. I'll be looking forward to it.
And then will you come back after I've done my reading so I can make my judgment on it?
Of course, absolutely. Well, one thing I will say, just circling back to that, no, you don't learn to become a medium. You're born a psychic medium. It's a gift that you have throughout all of your lives, not just your current life. People are reincarnated all the time in that sense. So, no, I studied parapsychology with a...
Now, I know a lot of mediums believe that you can actually learn it. Like Jessie just seems to go against everything that the other people say within his own community, and he wonders why he's not liked.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you can't say that, sorry. But no, I studied parapsychology in that sense, and we'll go from there. But to be fair, looking at this, oh, I've just clicked something. I don't know what I've just done. It says I'm going to be disconnected. Have you disconnected me?
No, you're still here.
Yeah,
Can you just give us a background as how you got into, doing this, medium work?
Well, you're born a psychic. I actually qualified as a therapist in my younger days. Believe it or not, working with people.
Don't forget, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment below and let us know what you think of Jessie King. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff I haven't been able to cover, but there's always room for a part 2, and I would recommend checking the links below to other exposure sites where they're able to play a lot more vile clips, let's put it that way.
With autism. But what I'd done is social media blessed me very, very, very well about 10 years ago. I was in my office, and this was back before TikTok even bloody existed and Facebook was a thing, in that sense. Excuse me, in that sense. But I went viral overnight about 10 years ago on Facebook, and I just got very, very lucky. I made the decision, do I want to do this full time, or do I want to carry on with it as a therapist? And I decided that this was my calling. This is how I'm going to help as much, much, much more people than I would as a therapist. And
get much, much, much more money, because somebody wouldn't be paying your wage, would it? You can set how much money you want to take from people.
Hang on, I'm just going to press cancel and hopefully I don't disappear anywhere. So,
yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Yeah, okay. So
are you quite new to TikTok, are you?
I'm an old boy. I don't know how to use this stuff. I can barely make a TikTok video. So I've definitely never done this box thing before. Definitely never done that. So I just moved the screen and it said, come up, leave the live or disconnection from live.
Are you okay for people to ask you questions? Because I think it will help both ways, in my opinion. You'll be surprised how many followers we'll get after this live.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
Are you happy to answer
I'm
questions?
happy to do that. What I think is probably more productive, though, is if we converse. I think there's a lot of people that want to come on to try and tear me apart, and I'm happy to have a conversation, but I'm not going to sit here and defend myself. I didn't even know this live was existing up until about half hour ago.
Yeah, but these people in these boxes who I do know, they just want to ask you genuine questions. I hope.
I've been to quite a few mediums and psychics in my life, and a lot of them they go into go to spiritual churches and whatever. You don't learn to be a psychic or a medium. You hone your craft, and also as well, you wouldn't say if a doctor you get doctors that are quacks. You got a lot of people that are charlatans. Not saying you are, and whatever. There's a woman on there called Sally Cudmore who's excellent. She's been on the television. She's been on Loose Swimming. I've been to a lot of her shows. I'll just tell you a brief story. Someone's mum went missing. They walked off from a supermarket, Alzheimer's. He was a guy in EastEnders called
these lives can take such a turn.
Craig Fairbass, and they couldn't find this woman for a week, and he thought
turns out she was in the frozen section at Sainsbury's.
His sisters went to Sally
in a chest freezer. I don't know.
And said, look, can you help us? Could you get some of them that are detectives? The woman found her.
Can you help us? Yes, we'll get a psychic. If I had a missing relative and a cop said, yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll get a psychic, I think I'd slap the cop. I'd just out and out slap them. I'd spend a night in the cells. I'd be like, what were you expecting? Like, my family member's missing, and you're like, let's get the local psychic in.
Said she's near a grassy area, near a blah, blah, blah.
Near a grassy area, oh my God. So, somewhere she can see the sky. Somewhere she'll be on the ground. I think there'll be oxygen around her.
They found her within hours of her dying. This woman, I wish you could at her now.
I think you'd want to find her before she died. I thought this was going to be a happy story. Like, they found her, not through this. They were able to find her when she had already died. Like, this is not a victory story, Mimi.
Sally Cudmore is excellent. You're always going to get. Sometimes they get it wrong and whatever. I go to a lot of readers and they can't read me. I've tried to do a little bit.
I can't read you. I'm trying.
Of it myself. When my sister passed away, I tried to do a little bit. If it's very hit and miss, you get clairvoyance, you get clairessence, you get all different kind of ones.
Yeah, Claire's accessories as well, don't you?
If I do it, I get a little pop up and whatever. But it's hit and miss. Do you know?
What? like a cartoon, like a little speech come up.
No, I mean, like everything.
Well, I love Top
They've got a charge. Also, they've got a charge.
Yeah.
Can somebody get control of
You
mimic?
can get Sally Cudmore. She's excellent. She's so good. She don't charge on it, but she charges for readings. But she charges minimal, like £25. She does a thing where you go to like shows. She'll like hire like a bar. She is fantastic. Honest to God, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, they're not going to tell you the fucking lottery numbers. Excuse you.
How rude.
I think, but you wouldn't question a doctor if a doctor was a quack. Of course, you're going to have to charge for.
I'd challenge a doctor if he went quack. I'd say, "Are you a duck?"
Things. He might do it on.
I hope you're enjoying the reaction part of this deep dive.
There and a free little ones, a free little bits and pieces. But if you've got a private reading, these people have got a living to make. You'll get charlatans, but I'm not being funny to Lucy.
Don't mean me. The only reason I'm saying it, I'm very anonymous on this app, so
yes.
You're very boring.
But you can't say to these people, "Oh, tell me now, what am I going to do?" Like I just say, the man says he's not a performing monkey. He's always going to get people questioning him. People like Sally Morgan, who is that really, she does massive shows. All the mediums I've been to have said she's shit.
I don't know who this person is, Sally Morgan, but shots fired.
She's a quack and whatever. You're going to get.
She's obsessed with calling people quacks.
Get that in everything, all charlatans. But if you have a good reading, Delusive Andy, I swear you'll be brought to tears. But everybody is going to be.
Angie's brought to tears most nights after a few drinks.
You know, I've been to people.
Shall I tell you what?
Maybe she connects with the spirits then.
I did the same thing to Chris Riley. The only reason I'm saying it to this guy
I went to Chris Riley's mum.
Can
I just really sorry to interrupt you, but there's a big thing that I think TikTok has created, and it's kind of like this witch hunt, and names get brought out all the time. I went to this person, they're shit. I went to this person, they're good.
What? He literally shits on every person he can who does this mediumship.
This person, this, that, and the other. And I've learned that it creates a very, very toxic environment on TikTok. I get it.
I was going to say, actually, I did feel a bit uncomfortable. Sorry, Mimi, when you did mention this lady's name. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got a psychic here and you're mentioning someone else's name. I don't think that's right either.
No, but I'm just saying, a lot of people say these certain. I'm saying.
Somebody ream in Mimi. Get control of Mimi.
You're saying Mimi James, but when you've got a psychic in the box who's
but what I'm saying, they're all gonna get a lot of weather. He probably gets a lot of rubbish and stuff. But what I'm saying is, these people.
Just really quickly, can I just finish my sentence? I really personally don't feel comfortable.
Can I just finish my sentence?
Commenting on other psychics.
Not with Mimi here.
The reason being is because we never ever. No, not you, Mimi. I actually really appreciated what you said. I really appreciated what you said. To be fair.
Somebody's got it.
Okay, if you mention another side.
Although, no, she says she likes psychics, so she's a potential customer, isn't she? It's got to be nice to Mimi.
But I'm never going to sit there.
Mimi's probably, I mean, this was filmed a few weeks ago. Mimi's probably about 500 quid down now.
And go, oh, Chris Riley's this, the other woman's that, this kind of thing. It creates such a shit environment for the spiritual community.
Yeah, I get that.
And what I've noticed is I was a huge part of the spiritual community. 5-10 years ago, it was such a beautiful bloody place to be, and it's turned to shit because everyone wants to.
I'll be another missed appointment. I'll be another person being like, I've just booked him in for a reading. You're not answering the phone.
To attack one another. All I do is I put my truth, because it's not a belief. I know I'm psychic. I know I speak to spirits. I experience every single day. So I put my truth out there.
Does the spirit come deep inside? No.
Probably back in the day I've made comments.
Will you please give them the reading, whoever's ringing you?
That I shouldn't have made, and I sit there and think, actually, do you know what? This isn't how I want to play things. So what I will say is, if this is, Chris Riley's that,
Oh, no, I ain't going to say anything bad about him.
I'm probably going to check out of this live in that sense, because I'm not going to be part of a witch hunt.
I mentally checked out a while ago. Not during this reaction, just like in general.
I'm not saying this is what you girls are doing or whatever. But
no one's saying.
Does this superwoman down the bottom know that she's muted? She seems to be getting engaged in the conversation, but at least her mouth's moving.
And you're a witch hunt, but what I'm saying is, I do understand, because I've been in that world. I go to lots of different shows and whatever. Do your thing.
You're missing a light bulb, Super Nanny.
End of the day, but it's your living and whatever. But you know what? The proof is in the pudding.
Exactly, and the pudding is a sorbet. Somebody get a control of Mimi.
Oh, do you know
Can
what?
I
I
just
love
say
that
something? Because you
comment,
talk
Mimi.
quite a
I
lot,
love
and
it.
you've mentioned other psychics, and I think
I love that Jesse keeps complimenting Mimi. He's like, yeah, Mimi, everything you say is amazing. You believe in psychics, right? Can I just get your sort code and account number? The spirit world has told me you need to provide.
that's not right to be doing that when we've got. Is your name Jesse in a box? I don't think that's right, to be honest, Mimi. But I was just going to say, I've lost my thought now. I've forgot to
When did you have one?
say now. Oh my God, this woman.
Right, okay, so that was the end of today's deep dive. I am going to link a video up there in a little box that I think you guys might like, similar sort of nature. This one is all about James Bucknell and my battle of wits with him. A little bit of a funny video for you guys to check out. But yeah, that was deep dive into Jesse King. Obviously, we haven't been able to cover absolutely everything. Don't forget to check out the links and tell me if you would like to see a part 2 into Jesse King. Peace, guys. Peace.